it ain't no fun without a little bit of
Handsome.
Brand ambassadors fucked me up when I did that Punchline show, or Punchline Helium. I got there and they were like, we have free Kenwoods for people performing or whatever it was. And they're just like giving you 2 at a time. Just like promoters walking around the
What's
Helium.
a Kenwood?
It's like a local shitty beer. It was fucking horrific.
Isn't that also a speaker company? I think it was like car speakers back in the 90s were Kenwoods.
No, these were full
Oh
throttle
yeah, that's
beers.
totally a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, subwoofers. And
Yeah.
nonsense.
I
Like
thought
that,
I thought they were handing out car systems.
No, this was like just a sweet guy walking around and he gave me 2 at a time and he's like, go ahead and bomb up there, you fucking loser. And I was like, check this out, version.
You gotcha.
It's like-
I was going to
mission
bomb
accomplished.
regardless if you gave me these.
No, I mean, it was
Speaking
fucking-
of sweet guys, we got Brendan Donegan back on the couch.
3-peat.
And that rules. We don't know. I think it's 3, maybe 4. We've been here in spirit.
We
a
did
lot.
the drunk Christmas episode. Me and Danny came on for South Jersey Bad Boys. I think that's it.
Is
that
3.
it?
That's
All
the
right.
most returning guest, though, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Other than
amazing.
Big Zach over here, just
Yeah, I
pops
think
in
Zach's
and out.
holding it down.
Yeah.
Zach also brings a big cousin listenership that we just can't deny.
You have a lot of cousins, though.
I do have a lot of
I was
cousins.
going to say,
True.
bring them to the table, Brother Bear.
Yeah, man.
Actually, we should look at that. I think I was looking at your 2 episodes where you came on. Your views are your listens are very high up.
Thank you.
In our ranks.
You
So,
gotta,
Thank
you
you.
gotta book people that
Thank
have
you.
lots of cousins.
Yeah.
That's-
It is true. It's anyone can build a comedic following. It's like how many cousins
How many
do you
cousins
fucking
do
have?
they have? Fuck it. Don't
That's
even
who's
book them.
coming to if you're having a taping or something. That's what Peggy was saying. She's recording at Helium, and she was like, "It's just gonna be my fucking drunk cousin." It's like,
Well,
we'll be there.
and
That's who you
friends,
want.
too. Like when I did the show at Punchline, I did it with my boy Joe Matarese, and the one night completely sold
Sorry,
out
hold on.
was-
You dropped that.
It was
Just dropping names there on us.
Joey
My
Matt.
boy, Joe Matarese.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no offense to Joe, but I don't think. he's
Look, some
the-
of us have
the-
never done comedy with anyone with a big
yeah,
name.
I don't think. Joe's the biggest name drop we're tossing out here, but love him to death.
Good guy, funny guy.
But I had literally 50 of my hometown friends show up to the show.
That's amazing.
And Joe's like, we sold it out, and I'm like, Joe, 50 of those
I sold it
puppies were my boys from home.
That is great, though. You grew up with a lot of cousins, right? Did you grow up with like close cousins?
I had older cousins and young. Wow, that's the worst answer. I had older cousins and
I had
younger
older, I
cousins.
had younger, some boys. Some
I also had
girls.
some that were around my age as well.
They were on different sides, brother. I had young cousins that I had to foster and seed, and I went, guys, this is the way, this isn't the way. And then I had older cousins that were like, we're not going to speak to you or be that nice to you sometimes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Did they bully you or?
They bullied me with inattention. It's the worst kind of bully is ambivalence.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like a lot of bullies will come up to you and be like, you're a gay pussy loser. But it's the bullies that come up to you and go, I don't even remember what your name is.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what
Derek?
really hits
Is
you.
it Derek?
really fucks
It's
you
always
up.
going to be Derek if that's what they
You
want.
look like a Derek.
I don't look like a Derek. I look strong as hell. I actually was noticing this is fucking crazy, huh, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of guys could be as diesel like this, sitting on the left side of a couch, powering through.
That's true.
And not
True.
nearly as modest either.
Not nearly as modest.
I
I'm
know.
going through a lot. I had to go back in the office the past 2 weeks, and I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I was in there today.
You really?
Yeah, let's not even talk about it though, because I don't want to get fired.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
Like somebody we know.
Yeah, old job Montag, brother.
No jobs.
I don't know. I got interviews coming up. I'm feeling good.
The
Yeah.
search coming in hot.
Yeah, I've literally just I've been applying to a bunch of jobs on Indeed, but I also just have like some referrals like from my old company and like people I worked with or like companies from the past. So like the Indeed thing is getting a little ridiculous. I'm clicking apply to everything.
Do you
pretty
even
much.
get good responses with Indeed? Because I feel like it's so
It is.
so like clustered.
I'm starting to get more because for a while I also don't know what I want to do for work, so I've just been typing in like the other night I was just half asleep and I was like Nike, let's see what they're hiring. Like,
You know what
but-
I want to be when I grow up? I'm gonna fucking work for Nike.
Yeah,
Be
you
fucking
kidding me? I would
sick.
love to
Yeah,
work
you kind
for
of are
Nike.
just
Hell yeah.
actualizing little kids' dreams as a 37-year-old
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
man,
what happens when
I'm-
you grow your hair out.
I'm gonna
Cool.
grow my hair out.
I love Chipotle. I have a
I bought a
business
Vans
degree.
shirt. I was
Yeah.
like, guys, I'm pretty much a new guy.
I'm
Yeah.
reinventing myself.
Every room you go into, you kickflip into it. It's exhausting.
True.
It's awful.
but
dude.
with a tech.
Would you consider completely reinventing yourself? Whatever job you get next, you come in as a guy that you weren't previously.
So that's why I was thinking because like
Has he not?
I've even looked at like every job I've ever had has been like one industry that bleeds into another one. So like an interview I'm going on this week is a former partner of the company I work with. So it's like the same thing. So I
Ugh.
can't reinvent myself there. So it's
Right.
like I don't know. Yeah, do I go like extreme?
who were you at the last job?
I was just a funny guy.
Just funny Johnny
Oh.
boy.
And I only know that
Baby
because
doll.
my boss
Yeah.
wrote me a
We need
letter
to
of
change.
recommendation, and he wasn't really heavy on the great worker, but he was like, in there he wrote,
a great time.
supplies comedic relief to ease situations with clients. And I was like, so the fuck, you bring in the gesture, an old clown comes in and does a fart joke, and then the real salesman comes in?
Right. So this is a sales job. Like, he wasn't exactly, crushing the numbers.
Yeah.
But man, he was funny.
Yeah, but he had callbacks on some of this fucking stuff that was crushing.
A lot of callbacks. Never got a call back from a lead, though. A bit of
A lot of callbacks, none from customers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bit of a problem in the industry.
Walked a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
mean-
it pissed me off because people started finding out I did comedy, and I was already kind of, and I hate saying it, but I was already like the goofball of our sales org.
You're so goofy.
Because I'm,
You are
how
a
I
bit
am.
goofy.
I just goof it up.
You're
Look at
zany.
you. I'm Goof Troop.
Look how zany he is.
He's pretty zany,
See that?
dude.
Look how zany that hair flip
Zany's
is.
in Nashville.
Oh, I actually have never
Here.
seen you flip it. That made me want to kill myself and two of my relatives. I hated that.
Yeah,
I
he's
hope
only got
both
so
of those
many
relatives
cousins.
are
Yeah,
bald.
do it
Yeah.
again so I can get it on slow mo.
All right, ready?
Who
Wow.
can say?
This magic moment.
There it is. I don't know why I picked my song. Your song was the right one.
Now I got to
This
fix it.
magic moment.
You're gonna fix it in real time on the podcast.
Those
Out
lips
of camera.
are
This
Out of
is,
frame.
you changed up ever since we started getting subscribers, dude. He
Ever
used to
since
be
I
a
lost a
fun-loving
job, I've been
guy.
a real different person.
When he used to have
You guys been chasing the subs dream, man. You
Relax,
saw Danny
dude.
and I coming in hot, and they go, "We got to put this on video."
True.
I kind of did.
True. You guys are an inspiration. You were a hair inspiration for me. You guys are a podcast inspiration.
My morning routine is I wake up, I brush my teeth, I check South Jersey Bad Boy subscriber count, foster care subscriber count, and then hours. Then I go still
You
on
go.
top.
All right, baby.
Still cooking
You
with
go,
Chris.
God damn it, Matt, stay on top of
When
this.
you want to feel really good, you bring up Wizard Intern episodes, and you're like, "Yo, we're crushing them."
Yeah.
Wow, what a toss back.
Remember that?
That was
pod?
fun, dude.
I had like 3 guests, you two.
Yeah, Foster.
Yeah, just everybody.
Pretty
we
much
just
the guests
mentioned.
that we have also.
Right.
So we
It was
can't.
pretty good.
Our first bookings were just we looked at all of your guests and we're like, we'll get all these too.
It was just whoever is close in proximity to Matt lived across the street. We're like, yeah,
It was
he's
fun.
good.
Yeah, but I'm
That
also
was
a
the
lightning
first-
bolt of a guest.
That was the only podcast I ever did with headphones. And I liked it a lot. I don't know,
It freaked me out.
but now that I have
Yeah.
long hair, I can't be a headphone guy.
You could be whatever you want to be, dude. You're looking for a job. You could be.
Damn, I should be employable. That's what
You're
I should
definitely
be.
this guy.
Yeah.
Right now,
No.
with the length that your hair is right
Yeah.
now, you're rocking these all day. Every
Yeah.
day.
I love being a fake surf guy. I was a fake surf guy all through my teen years. Like I
We
surfed
know.
a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm just going right back to it, man. I'm just leaning back in.
I was a
Everybody's-
fake
yeah.
skater.
Hanging 10.
Yeah, me too.
I was a fake skater in college.
I got
Oh, yeah, well,
coached
fake
in
skater-
college.
yeah,
Fake skater in
I tried
college.
to reinvent
Damn, you
myself
had no identity.
as the skater guy. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start skating in college.
Oh,
and I
no.
could barely.
That just
ollie.
mean you bought 3 DC shirts and you were like, I'm the skater guy now.
So I always liked the skateboarder style. Like I
Yeah.
loved Vans and all. I always dressed that way, but then I never skateboarded, and people would assume that I did. And then I'm like, I'm a total fraud. By the time I got to college, I'm like, I'm just gonna start skating. I'll get really good by the time people
It'll catch
notice.
up. It's like
And
osmosis.
it was just terrible. You're too old at that
Guys
point.
lower to the ground. You're supposed to be a little bit better at skating pretty quickly.
No,
See, you should have gone the route. I
I
kind of went the same route, but I also just learned like 7 chords on guitar and was in bands. So you
Yeah.
were allowed to wear, because like skate culture and band culture were on the same side of the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
So it's like you're allowed to wear Vans. I still wear Vans this day. Look at those.
Well,
Never
Van-
touched a deck in a day in their life.
Vans have crossed boundaries now, where it's
Yeah,
like,
they're everywhere
They're
now,
very
but-
fashionable, not just back in the day, like early Vans. It's like you looked like a
Yeah.
punk
Yeah.
skater
Like
kid.
punk skaters.
I rocked
and
a
now
lot
it's
of
like
Etnies in
whores at
high school
malls.
and-
You had to get them at like Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Hot Topic was a bit of a. I don't know about you guys in your teen years. Hot Topic was an experience for me. I would
Hot
walk in
Topic
there.
Rock. That was the one you went to. That's like the next level up of Hot Topics.
Well, mine was still just a regular run of the mill, just a regular old Hot Top.
Oh, Deptford Mall had 2,
and I
actually.
would
They
walk
had
in
Hot
there.
Topic Rock and Hot
I
Topic.
never seen the Rock. I only went there.
Trust me, you were in the Rock. My buddy used to manage it. Shout out to John.
I went in there and I'd
What
buy
is
it.
a Hot Topic rock?
Nothing. They just rebranded it by adding rock underneath of it. And it was just like, we added another row of studs to the belt. So that's about it.
Well, they had, at the one that I went to, they had band T-shirts. Were you band T-shirts in college? You never quite went there.
No, I didn't quite go there, but I did.
You're
learn
wearing a
guitar in
Rolling
college,
Stone
so I
shirt
might as well
right
have.
now.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
that's
about
it.
to say, yeah.
You're wearing a
John.
Rolling
Yeah.
Stone shirt literally
Open.
right now.
Well, listen, college was a long time. Speaking of Hot Topics, you guys,
He got that one from Target, though.
college
I can
was
tell. I have
college
the same
was
one.
serious. I do. This is exactly from Target.
Yeah,
You nailed
I
it.
know.
You guys are nailing me to the cross right now.
Come on, Jesus.
You guys know my entire identity.
Well, dude,
No,
did you
we've-
talk about how your skateboarding experience was really just a tech deck?
Yeah.
No, dude, that's even harder. Tech deck.
Tech deck's
dude.
hard.
Did you even
Fuck,
have a
dude.
skateboard at college?
I did.
Okay.
I was trying
Yeah.
to skate. I just sucked, and you keep like.
No, I tried to skate in high school too, and I got like the deck. It was a Kerry Getz Habitat board, pretty sick.
Yeah.
Philly skater Kerry Getz, and I got the deck, and then somebody gave me hand-me-down trucks and wheels, and I went like twice to the skate spot behind the old Bradleys in my town. It was like a Big Lots now, and
That guy was the
Skate
best.
spot. Sound like you're a cop impersonating a
Yeah,
skater.
true.
Went to the old skate
hey
spot.
fellas, what's happening at the skate spot
I
today?
thought that was a gay meetup. He's
Smoking.
Well, it was. It
Behind
ended up being
Bradley's.
that. It ended up being that because I was the kid that just I sat off to the side and was like, no, I'll hit that ledge like when everybody else is done. A kid broke his deck and came over and he's like, hey, I couldn't help but notice you're not actually skating. Can I
Yeah.
use your board?
Damn.
And I was just like, here you go, man.
Damn,
That's
call
what
And I
me
just
out.
gave it to him.
Don't call me out.
He
Son.
gave it back to me and I was just like, oh, it's all stretched out. Like it doesn't feel the same now. It's
Yeah.
like
Well,
lending a jacket to somebody
you
or
had
somebody
to be
fucking your
fucking-
girl.
When you're older, you can't start skating because if you're carrying a skateboard and you're older, people assume, oh, you must be good.
You
Because
must have just dropped
Yeah,
your
of course.
child
You
off
you can't be
somewhere.
like, no, I just started.
Yeah, that's a good
You know what
point.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's like what's his name?
that's what I was trying to do.
Is it Eric Costin that drives around LA and just screams, "Do a kickflip"?
Well, that's
and
like a
just records
popular
it?
thing, but that's a true thing. There's so many things that you cannot start later in life. Like if you're like
a big
25
one.
and you're like, I'm gonna start skating, and you
Yeah.
go to the skate park. First of all, it's a big fucking risk of kissing little boys. Not that you will do it, but if you're
Yeah.
ever in a spot where it might happen, not a
You
lot of
shouldn't-
places you can go to kiss little boys.
Are you projecting something here? Did something happen to you at the skate park?
Maybe you
Just
go in,
avoid
you hit a
all
couple,
You're like some-
situations
yeah.
that
You
have
you shred a
little
couple
boys in them.
ramps, you hit a couple kiss
Yeah.
flips, and next thing you know, you're in love with a 16-year-old boy.
What's a
And that's
little league
totally-
baseball game like?
Huh?
What's a little league baseball game like?
I mean, tough for me in these tight pants. I'll tell you that
A
much.
lot of
brother.
stuff you shouldn't start at 25. You know, skateboarding, stand up for you.
Yeah, say,
true.
relax there, baby doll. I started
How
when I was
old are you
15.
now?
Depends. What do you mean? For like this show?
Old
or-
enough for
Yeah.
depends.
Nah, dude. I used to wear band shirts when I'd
You're
skate.
an old man now, aren't you?
No, I'm younger than anything ever. Why? What a dumb question, dude. I'm so young.
what's
You're
the
the
bro.
question?
youngest you've ever been.
I'm top 6 youngest I've been today. But I went to I used to wear band shirts when I'd skate.
Yeah.
And they were always overly tight. Were you guys big, tight
What-
t-shirt kind of guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What band specifically?
My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco, and I remember I was like skinny fat, so I was wearing just like everything was just holding
Nice.
my skinny chubby body in place. So every time you're jumping in the air,
Yeah.
you're getting aerial, and like things are moving, and I'm like, damn, my pecs are coming in, aren't they? It's just man titties. and I'm
Damn, my
14.
tit just hit my chin.
It was exhausting. My nipples hurt all the time.
It's tough to be a little chubby too as a skater too.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
it's a thin man's sport.
It's a thin man's game.
Yeah.
My like soiree into skating was my dad was like very against
Soiree.
it. Like he would never let me ski or anything because he's like, you're gonna break your arm and you can't play baseball. And like the goal was to try to play baseball in college, like try to do something with it. So I remember like skating. I was like, I probably shouldn't even learn like backside grinds or anything because it's like I'm probably gonna go to D1
Yeah, you got a career.
I probably
What a weird rule for your dad who had been to jail to be like,
No,
no,
he didn't go
fucking
yet.
skateboarding.
He didn't go till I was in my mid-20s. All right, I already was cool.
That's
What
true.
if,
White
what if
collar,
dads
too,
are more
so.
practical about it? Like, you can't skate, son. You got to go into sales. Those are your typing hands, jackass.
Oh, dude, my skateboard. My dad see me skateboard. He was totally like, "What the fuck are you
Yeah,
doing?
that's girl shit,
you
dude."
punk ass
Yeah.
bitch."
Yeah.
My dad, like, their generations, our dads, like seeing us come up where I don't know about you guys. I'm sure probably you. I don't know because you're so goddamn young. But like earrings, skateboarding, like.
I'm 3 weeks older than his dad.
Yeah. But that was like a big like when we were in high
Earrings.
school.
Hold on. You got to have a third one on that one. Earrings,
Skateboarding.
I'm trying to think what else. Like
Skateboarding
what was
and
some punk
earrings.
ass
Summer
shit?
Love in 2009.
Some punk ass shit that my dad looked at me where he was like, "My son is a gay man." He was like, he has both his
Oh,
ears pierced.
I had a studded belt in high school because I thought I
Like,
was
yeah,
that punk rock.
there you go.
And I used to I would come down the steps and like be pulling my shirt down
Yeah.
to cover it. And I remember the first time my
Abercrombie,
dad
that
saw
was the
it,
big thing?
and he was just like, "Whoa, get back in here!" And I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "What's on your belt?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Just a little bit of metal."
That's the equivalent of the
Seems like
dad.
the whole thing's covered in metal.
It's the equivalent of the dad pulling his daughter
I
aside.
was
He's
just
like,
gonna-
"You got to put a sweatshirt
Yeah.
on."
You're not wearing that out of the house. Come on, Dad.
I bring a different belt and I
John,
stash
cover
that
those
one in the bush.
tits.
All my friends.
Matt, cover your skinny fat body ass up.
Yo, I know. I'm walking out with A cups, so my dad's like, "You're embarrassing the goddamn family."
Yeah, but that's a good example. Like studded belt, Abercrombie, dude. That was like Maybe not high school. Maybe early high school for me. Like Hollister.
Hollister's
like,
big.
My dad was looking at me and like my buddies spraying cologne.
Yeah.
And putting on like ripped jeans and an Abercrombie shirt, and then going playing pickup basketball because we're waiting for like 2 girls to show up.
That's
Well,
the thing.
what's
The
interesting
irony,
too, because your
the
dad.
irony is they call it gay, but you're doing all that because nobody's more desperate for pussy
We
than the
think
guy.
it's gonna
Yeah.
get us pussy.
Down.
But
housing in
also,
Cologne.
they had their version of that too. Like your dad, what year was he born?
57.
Okay, so he's right around my dad. So like your dad at one point put bell bottoms on and a fucking collar that
True.
like was long enough to touch his nipple, and his dad was probably like, "You fucking pussy,"
Yeah.
with a high and tight, like just home from war.
Yeah.
So it's
that
like
was
every generation
their
has
hippie
that.
bullshit. Yeah.
But even some dads are like, they had itineraries of like shit that they thought was gay that they avoided their whole life. Like, there are
yeah.
guys who were like, they had a checklist every morning. They're like, all right, I can't be happy. I can't listen to like high pitched music. I mean,
Yeah.
those are usually the guys that can out at fucking 40 or 50, but
True. Earring was a big one. I remember I got one of those fake magnetic ones on the boardwalk, and I came back like that night to like my parents dropped us off, and then we got another ride back. I walked in, I was like just like acting like no big deal, and my dad like runs over and he goes, "What the fuck?" and rips it off my ear. And I was like, "What if that was real? We'd be at the fucking
He's, like,
emergency
worth
room,
it.
just
Yeah.
me gushing blood." He just
Yeah.
went full on. Now, also, he was probably like 11 to 15 beers deep because we were down
Sick.
the shore. Like
Yeah.
he dropped us off probably with a buzz, and then was like, "I'm gonna go home. I'm on vacation. I'm gonna get ripped.
Yeah.
my
Dads get
gay
when they
son's
get
gonna come
hammered."
back with an earring."
Yeah.
Good luck getting home.
Yeah. My name on a piece of rice around my neck too. You guys remember that? Or are you too young? You guys too young for
Like
that?
puka shell?
That was a big thing on the boardwalk. You would get, it was like a little vial like this big with a piece of rice in it, and they would like really tiny with a paintbrush write your name on the piece of rice. I never got
that
one.
was a little too homosexual for me and
That's
my boys back
I
then.
never got one. It
Crazy,
probably
dude.
it usually involved like a yin yang charm in there too. Yin yangs were huge.
that's dude.
For-
Me and my
for my
boys were
generation.
strictly on the boardwalk for chubby Latina girls when we were 14.
Yeah, that's why
we didn't have
we were
time to spare.
That's
we were
why we
walking
were
around.
seeking the rice
We were
because the
looking for
girls loved
juicy
the rice.
sweatpants.
We were looking at girls who
And
could
an
barely
attitude.
zip up their hoodie from
Oh, I mean, it was the
Abercrombie.
same thing my generation too, but it was like the girls, they were seeking boys with rice around their neck.
Dude, they were looking at us white men with things to offer, and they're like, "You can save us." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
there
I bet
it
I
is.
can."
Yeah. See?
Sorry, I'm blinded by your puka shell.
My wife just brought this up the other day and was like, "I think I might get one of these." I was like, "Hell
Just
yeah!"
the original
dude.
mind of yours truly.
That sucks.
Brendan Donegan. Brendan Donegan comedy on
This
Instagram.
can be some of our first merch. That rules on a piece
What
of
is that, a
rice.
crack pipe?
That looks like period blood in that one. I don't like
Now
that.
that I
in
think
one
about
bit.
it, it probably
want you
was
to
just a
never
crack
forget
pipe.
You guys might have just been running around with crack pipes, putting
Dude, how
yin-yangs
good
in
was the
there.
boardwalk though? Just dudes in their
Best.
dudes in their 30s that own shops on the boardwalk, just
Yeah.
openly trying to fuck
Dude,
teenage
you could
girls.
walk around
Oh
the
my
boardwalk
God.
with that necklace on and be like, "This is a fetus at 4 weeks."
Meet me under the boards.
Do you know how fucked up it is what you're doing? And my Latina girls are like, "We know exactly."
Did you ever get cornered by the religious kids on the boardwalk that were like essentially Jehovah's Witness, but like they weren't like in suit and tie? I remember my buddy and I, we were in Ocean City. We were old enough where we were allowed to stay out like late at the boardwalk ourselves, but we weren't old enough to be drinking yet. So like we were just kind of hanging out. We were like, "Yeah, we're gonna get late night pizza. We're kind of bad boys." And I remember these 2 kids walked over and were like, "What's up, fellas?" And I was like, "Oh, these are fucking religious kids."
Yeah.
So I started walking away. My buddy got cornered for like an hour, but he was like in depth. This is not even like stoned thinking. He was having like in-depth religious conversations. I was like, I would love to see those guys now and be like, "I got nothing but time, man. Let's sit down and get into it." Like,
You guys
what
thought,
is
You
God?
thought you were going to get fucked up. Turns out that he was just having an argument about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's like, "What happened back there? Are
Dude,
you
they
okay?"
ended up praying with him. I was standing off to the side and they're like, "Can we pray with you?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "I mean, I guess." And like they like held their hands on his shoulder as I'm just
Wow.
over there ripping my 4th piece of Mac and Mancos.
We had some people that would walk around our town, like my hometown in Audubon. I remember one time these like religious kids,
The Jehovah's Witness?
I
in
don't know
that
what
ilk?
religion, some sort of Christianity where they are trying to preach the word and convert you.
Yeah.
But we were kids, right? So they're talking, but they were also kids. So they're just doing whatever.
So
they're
that's what
told.
this was too. They were like
Yeah.
on the same level.
But my mom came out and freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
That's a good Irish Catholic mom. Though.
Yeah, that's
She's
good
like,
move.
"We got one Lord."
Yeah.
got one Lord, one Savior.
Yeah.
Don't you ever come to my home talking about Jesus Christ.
Yeah. First off, go Birds.
Yeah, first off, go
This
birds.
is some real fucking Dallas shit you're pulling out here.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're getting hit with Christianity on the boardwalk. That's,
Yeah, man.
Your
it
poor
was,
dad, dude.
There's
is
a
like-
church on the Wildwood Boardwalk. It's at the very
True.
end.
Yeah,
We
you're
used
right.
to have to go to it. My
Really?
Yeah.
my parents would make us go to church when we would go down to Wildwood.
We would have to. We would go. We
Wow.
would go to an actual church though. Did you hit the
Oh,
boardwalk
maybe
church?
not- no, just the
there's
church
one
in
like on the
Wildwood.
boardwalk, and it's open like Friday, Saturday night, and you walk by and like come on in, hear the good word of the Lord. If all they had to do was have 3 attractive girls your age out there, I'd have been like, I'll check out Jesus. Let's
Yeah,
do
it
this.
really was not a lot. That
I'm
was crazy
horny
how
for
much
Jesus.
parents wanted you to go to church, and you're like, you knew your parents didn't give a fuck.
And
Like your
yet they
dad
didn't
was
want
just
to
like,
go.
but they're just like, I'm so fucking guilty about
Well,
everything. I have
did
to go.
All of our parents, my dad was a Catholic school kid. My mom was a public school kid.
That's mine. Yeah.
Same setup.
both were Catholic.
But okay, because that's what my dad would like force us to go, and then like he was the first one to drop off, and his excuse was always like, "I did enough church."
Oh, yeah,
And you're
yeah.
Like, wait, you could just like you can
Bullshit.
test out. I didn't know there was a like.
Yeah.
Toss me. I'll throw it in.
Church down the shore is a different level too. It's like no air conditioning. You're in a gymnasium.
true.
They're just kind of splicing together church.
Right.
Yeah, they're just grabbing some bread. It's not even Eucharist.
It's
you know.
crazy to like go to church.
It's a priest that looks like me. He's like, I'm gonna make this quick.
Yeah.
No, they're still just as sad, but you're just listening to like people on the beach. It's like going to church at like an EDM concert.
I would
right
love
next
to go
door.
to church on the beach. Get high and
See
go
on
to
the
church
beach?
on the beach.
That's a marriage.
True. I did go to a beach
Yeah.
marriage. It was the worst condition. It was like a monsoon came through.
Yeah.
And they hired it was my cousin. They hired one of the planes you always see fly with like a thing on the back of it. And the dude still flew in this like insane monsoon. We all had to go out from under the tent that we were kind of drying under and just watch this plane fly by. And it's like, congrats, Mandy and Dan. You're just like, I fucking hate every bit of this.
And then it
Hey,
goes
man,
right
you
by. And then
it just crashes.
That was it?
And then it hits a fucking
quick.
Chinese weather balloon. And
Oh,
we can talk. What do you guys think about that?
Let me. Before we get there, I just want to bring this up because you guys we have a father and an incoming father. I look, and I'm not proud of this. I'll get this as quick as I can.
Please.
This past weekend, I went to a Jordan drop at a Plato's Closet. I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and listen before you guys judge with your fucking faces, will you? I went to a Jordan drop.
I didn't know it was that bad.
It gets worse. I went to a Jordan drop at a Plato's Closet, a local Plato's Closet. I didn't travel too far.
For the listener who doesn't know, Plato's Closet is used clothing,
It's used, fashionable clothing,
but used nonetheless. I just want that for story's sake.
lightly.
I've purchased
used.
2 of my favorite clothing items. I've purchased from Plato's Closet. So
Nearly everything
Continue.
I'm wearing.
John's like, I'm not judging, would just like the record to show they are used.
Yeah.
And Matt's a scumbag.
Yeah, it gets sometimes used by hot girls, dumbasses. And so I went there and
wait, the guy in Plato's Closet like holding up a shirt and is like, "Did a woman own this?"
no,
I
I'll
hope
take
so.
it.
that's where I come in.
Yeah.
And I sniff it and I sniff him too. Some dork. I bought a shirt that I thought was the Eagles text in like Chinese lettering. Turns out he was like, damn, I didn't know we had an Eagle shirt in Hebrew. Thought Hebrew was Chinese lettering. And I bought it. I had to buy it.
Damn,
It was
you
like,
staying with Israel. All
yeah,
right.
I was like L'chaim or whatever. And then so I went to the Plato's Closet. It opened at 10. I had to get there early, bright and early, B&E. So I got there at 9 a.m. And it was 14 degrees that morning.
yeah.
So I'm standing in line. I'm the 7th person in line. It's a pretty good spot to be in.
And you don't. I know that you don't dress well for cold weather.
Well, I did. I dressed it up.
Were your ankles exposed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I was
right.
concerned about.
Yeah, because I got to be
That's just the
dexterous as
dad
hell.
in me. You got to cover those up, bud. All right.
Yeah, your ankles got to be bitter cold all the time.
Bitter cold. What are you, my beautiful grandmother?
Yeah.
You at least wear wool socks.
No, guys, I wore sweatpants so I could be dexterous, and here's the reason why, and here's where it goes back to being parents. As we're being let into the store, this little kid and his mom, not a little kid, he's probably 13 or 14, are behind me. He sneaks to the very front and darts in front of everybody. So like everybody in line's like, what the fuck? Because when you go in, like it's a Jordan, basically you're going in there to resell the sneakers. So there's like $200-$300 at
Right.
stake when you're trying to get the shoes, and everybody's kind of like annoyed. And out loud, I was like, that kid's a fucking dickhead. And his mom went, I'm so sorry. And it was a nice moment.
That'd be great if
Wow.
she was like, I know, I'm raising them.
That's what she basically was
agreed
like.
with
I
you?
fucking hate it. And so she got in there. She's like, "What are you doing?" And he's
Dude.
like, "You know what? A fucking tech deck."
So that behavior is excusable for a 2-year-old, but like line etiquette, like I'm enforcing it on my daughter now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You gotta-
I have
you
no
gotta
patience
respect
for
the
that.
line.
Yeah,
Big
respect the
time
line
line guy.
Yeah.
I hated that in college when
Ugh.
people when typically, and this is a very feminist podcast, but typically females
Yeah.
would have no line etiquette.
Not a single
and
ounce.
They would just walk right up to the front.
They sell everybody's Coke.
The worst. This is the worst. You guys ever have this happen in your young 20s when you'd be going out to like a bar and you'd be with a group of girls and they go, "No, I know the guy who's running the door. Just come with us." And it's like,
And you're the only dude?
And you're the only
Yep.
dude. And they go, "No, I know." And it's like, you don't know the guy. He thinks you're hot and he's trying to bang you and you met him once. We walk up and they're like, "Yeah, of course, ladies, all of you guys in." And they're like, "Hang on, dickhead." I'm like, "I told you guys he wasn't."
There's
gonna
also
let
a
me
part of you though. It's like, man, maybe if I just act very gay, they'll be cool with it. You're
That was
just
that
like-
dude. That was all at Rowan. Is every
Man,
frat
that would've been
party
my
you went
ticket.
To.
Yeah, so you
Every,
just like if just to get in,
I
you
just
just
went-
rainbow it up a little
They're
bit.
like, "You're in there."
you wink
Did
at one of the
you guys
bouncers.
have ratios in college at all?
Oh yeah.
Ratio was.
I went to a
big.
Christian college, so no, but I know what you're talking about,
dude.
I was harsh on I was the door guy that was harsh on the. I'd be like $5 for everyone. I don't give
What
a fuck.
a douche,
Fuck,
dude.
fuck
Yeah,
how
you want
hot
to put the
are.
no, you got to put the short asshole at the
girls
door.
got-
You were to the girls. You were.
To everybody.
Oh, good. Then that's I'm
That's a
all for
good
that.
move, though.
That's
And
big
you
time.
put the big tough
We
guy
only
at
have
the door.
a 20. I go, well, there's 4 of you here.
Shake,
Yeah.
shake those asses then. If you want to get in, I'd pop that pussy if I were you.
Yeah. Fellas, right this way.
Anyway, you guys been playing Hardware Legacy. It's a pretty sick game. You could be any wizard you choose. They're like, dude, please stop.
And the guys would be like, we're going to fuck you up. I'd be like, come on in.
Really? Oh, are you going to? Avada Kedavra.
You can actually fuck in my room. Do whatever you guys want.
Is that a Harry Potter poster in your room? No.
It's also glow in the dark, pussy.
Yeah. Did you guys even read the books?
Look at this. I have a real life gun. But
Technically, it's Ron Weasley. Actually, that's my poster.
yeah, I got a lot of those. That was just pictures of me graduating.
Have you ever been at a
Weasley.
party when a gun is pulled out or just shown?
I had a gun pulled on me at college. I'm a generally annoying guy. And
No, you?
You believe this
Get
crap?
out of town.
This is news to me, brothers. I was out front of a 7-Eleven at Rowan, and I just kept yelling shit. And these 2 dudes were like, "Yo, shut the fuck up!" And I thought it'd be a hilarious thing to say, "Why don't you suck my penis?" And the one dude gave me one of those, the fucking shirt lift. and I
He
was like,
showed it to you.
God
Whoa.
damn,
Rupert
dude.
Gritty.
Oh, Jesus.
What and Sam Halen?
I mean,
is
was
this?
there any hope that he was going to turn out looking okay?
Yeah, but you can't. Why do you always wet?
Who's the guy that just won a bunch of? He won a bunch of Grammys last night. He's a British guy, and he's got like some of the most popular songs right now. And he is one of the fucking ugliest musicians I've ever seen. Hold on a
Rupert
second.
Gritty, there's this new M. Night Shyamalan show with him in it. I auditioned for this part in the show that's like 2 lines. And I didn't get it, but imagine if I did,
Dude, and you'd have to look at this and be like, Rupert Grint's actually an incredible
But
actor.
imagine you're watching the show, you go, "Is this a Shyamalan show?" And then it cuts to
just
Brendan on
Donegan.
the phone. I'm like calling in for something. And
What was
it's
the show?
It's whatever new. I think
Servant.
it's called. Yes.
I was
talked about
I was
this.
lined up
Watch
to
that.
audition for it too, and then something with COVID, they like shut it down, and I couldn't do it the
What?
second audition.
You guys were
Yeah.
auditioning for big time things?
I've sent you the
that's
link
the
for
only
the
thing
thing.
that I
You probably
typically.
did, yeah, you're right.
Almost everything I audition for, it's like you'll never hear of, or it's like a TikTok commercial. That is like one of the only things where I'm like, oh no, that's an actual show.
I watched it. Isn't the thing with like the fake baby or whatever?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but
it is.
I
I think
refuse to
I
watch
think I was giving you the
I
rundown.
just know M Night
Call us.
Shammy.
It's
M.
also
Night
crazy that
Shamalama-doo-doo.
I heard his new movie is fucking terrible.
He's Indian.
He's real hit or miss, dude. But
the
I will watch
Knock at the
anything.
Cabin. I've heard
Yeah.
it's dog shit.
I'll watch
You
anything.
guys-
he puts
you
out.
you casted
Cocaine
Dave
Bear.
Bautista. Oh yeah,
Can we
Cocaine
talk
Bear.
about? Can we please talk about Cocaine Bear?
Yes.
Have you guys seen Cocaine
I haven't seen.
Bear?
Well,
I haven't
no,
seen
we
it.
can't. They already spoke about it. We'll talk about the.
I'm trying to find the singer. I typed in British singer ugly, and Susan Boyle just came up first. Actually,
Oh,
I
dude,
think
I
he's
just
Scottish.
Watched, I just watched You People on Netflix.
Is that terrible?
Holy fuck, that is one of the worst
it's a
movies
remake,
I've ever
isn't
seen.
it? It was originally a Sidney Poitier movie. I heard.
Is that about the whites?
It's about an interracial couple, and it's like the most ridiculous stereotypical thing.
Comedian.
Jonah Hill, right?
That dude Scott.
Cocaine
Right, John?
Bear.
Yeah, Scott Cease. Shout
That's
out Scott
amazing,
Cease,
dude.
the IKEA guy.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Yep.
He's in this movie.
Wow.
Scott was like a Baltimore, Harrisburg area comic. Like started just before I started comedy.
Good
Wow.
for him.
Yeah.
This is the role of. This is a dream role.
I'm so excited. For
Yeah,
this
this
movie.
is like
It's just ridiculous.
you
This-
could get
the
here from
role
a
of a
GoPuff
lifetime.
commercial or something like anything like
This is
that.
the role of a lifetime.
Because I don't think it's gonna take itself seriously. It's gonna. It's like the movie's a bit.
Oh, the
It's
whole
also
thing
Ray
is-
Liotta's
yeah.
This is
final
based off
film
a true story,
before he died.
dickhead.
What? Oh, yeah. Well, I know it actually
It's like
happened, and we don't
Sharknado.
really speak to people like that on the podcast. But I don't know what you guys usually do.
It's like
Oh
Sharknado.
shit, my
only
hair looks like
slightly
Ray
more
Liotta's. I
polished.
just
Ray
realized that.
Liotta's last
Damn
movie.
it.
Is it Ray Liotta's the one who shot the lady on set?
Yeah, that's who actually did it, and then he took the fall.
He's a great actor.
He died.
He fooled everybody.
I've been seeing Alec Baldwin like on Michael Rappaport's podcast. I'm like, aren't you in jail, dude?
He's a straight shooter.
Yeah, what's gonna happen with that? So he got indicted, right, or whatever
Yeah.
the word is. Like he's
Yeah, they were like,
he's a murderer.
They were like, yeah, that time when you shot a woman in the fucking face,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to have some consequences about that. And he's like, yeah, I was in that show 30 Rock with Tina fucking.
He was
whatever
like,
her
talk
name
to my
is."
wife. Hilarious. She's from Spain. Actually, she's from Boston.
Yeah.
You guys know that old scoop?
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
a
yeah,
fake
yeah.
Spanish girl.
That is
That's
so
like
wild.
the dude from New York who said he was Jew-ish.
Yeah, Jewish.
Is Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez made a single person that's his wife?
I'm not mad at it. Maybe it's just a looper. They made her now.
The thing about my husband Alex is that sometimes he's got loose fingers and he shoots people in the face.
But then the Boston accent
From
still
Boston?
comes in.
Yeah, you're like, what are you talking about?
Joe, why is-
I'm not saying she had it coming. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
She-
My husband, I never shoot nobody, kid.
That is actually the perfect example of the guy who said like the Jew-ish, because she did say it, like she had been saying for years, my family is from Spain.
I'm Spain-ish.
They would go to Spain like once a year, but she grew up like in Boston.
Damn, I'm
She was
Wildwoodish.
like actively telling everybody like, yeah, my family's from Spain.
I mean, that's the most hot chick thing to do. They just
Yeah.
say their world is just their own
You can live
reality.
wherever the fuck. Yeah.
When everybody
We're
tells
just
you
living
you've
in it.
never said anything wrong, you can be like, fuck it, I'm from Spain, whatever.
You're like, damn, she is.
Yeah.
She's Spanish, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be nice, dude.
If you're a female and you are hot,
That is amazing to lie that hard though. Like you have to sit down and like plan out that lie.
and once you do, you got to stick to it.
Yeah, that's like Steve Renazizi when he was saying that he was in the towers.
Yeah, then you got to
and
stick to that.
because they said like it caught wind, like he caught like traction with it stand up wise. So like in that I'm like, oh yeah, so I would lean in too if I start to like get booked more and shit like that. You're like,
Is John trying to tell us that he was in 9/11?
I was in the third tower that didn't get hit. There's another tower uptown that was also a World Trade Center
The
tower.
apartment complex in
Yeah,
Collingswood.
I was actually no. I got the call the night before. I'm not Jewish, but like I'm Jewish.
Right.
So they gave me the call the night before.
That'd be funny if Osama bin Laden called out Steve Ranazizi from like one of the cave videos.
He was
He's
not
like,
there.
No, he wasn't. He
I have
is
the flip
fibbing. Oh, what are you in there, Steve? I have more TV credits than
He's
you.
watching the league in the
Shut
back.
up! Shut up, Osama.
No, he's a fibber. that's real terrorism.
What do you guys
Ruining
think
people's
about the
careers.
Chinese satellite balloon? What's your theory on it?
Should be called Baroon.
I think.
All right, end of segment.
Here's what I want to know: how many kids they got in there in that thing?
Oh, you think they got kids? All the boys that they didn't want born or
Yeah, I
whatever?
was gonna say the Chinese
Yeah.
don't like it's no girls, right? They want a lot of boys, or how does it work?
Oh,
They toss all the boys in there, and then they just have somebody once a year. Once it gets over Montana, they throw a dart, they pop it.
My mom's friend moved to South Carolina, and today I saw my mom. We took her out for her birthday for lunch, and she was like, she's like, I was talking to my friend, and that's her beach where they shot it down. I was like, oh yeah. She's like,
Did they shoot it down?
yeah. So it was like they had like four like the blue angels were like circling it. They had like fighter jets.
How did
Circling
they
it.
think that we weren't going to notice?
Dude, so here's my thing. It's
They're
not-
Oh, it's
no,
a
it's
very
nothing.
sneaky-
It's not a Chinese spy balloon. That's my theory. There's no way a balloon could make it from China across the Pacific, then across the United States to the Carolinas, without
Bro,
the
do you know
U.S.
what the
being
Chinese
like,
are capable
That's-
of.
no, without the U.S. government being like, hey, what's that thing?
Well, they could have been trying the most polite 9/11 of all time, just
True.
flying a balloon.
It grazes
We're
a
not-
building.
We're not in a hurry, but we're on our way.
Yeah.
You could try to stop us.
They said there was explosives in there, and they said it's because it was like supposed to detonate over like a controlled area.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
well,
here's my theory. And this is my theory on aliens
No,
also.
please.
Yeah.
It's all the Air Force making up shit for technology that's like beyond what we know now. So hear me out. I'll say
You're
that
saying
now.
the
I'll
Chinese
take
are
it back.
UFOs.
I don't think the Chinese had anything to do with this. I think we caught wind and saw a weather balloon that was doing
It
some
caught
kind of new
wind.
technology, and we
Blamed
shot
it
it
on the
down. We were
China.
like, "Oh no, that's Chinese! Quick, shoot it down! Freedom!" I think that's what happened. I think whenever we see alien crafts and everything, because they declassified a bunch of that shit like last year.
You think it's China?
No, I think it's the U.S. Air Force.
Well, what the fuck
With
are you talking
technology,
about?
I think it's technology that we're not the general public isn't aware of yet.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And they're
You mean
when they get
balloons?
caught testing it out. No, not the balloon. I think this was a guy like an intern at the Air Force. It was like, guys, I got a balloon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let it go.
They just shot down the guy from Up.
But my theory is that like when we see these like planes that they're like we can't recognize like the movement that made. That's not anything of this world. It's an unidentified flying object. I think it's just technology that the Air Force has. They got caught using it
Yeah,
to test it.
I think that's a strong theory.
and they're just like, no,
Completely serious.
aliens. It's totally aliens,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, no.
I think it's just a weather balloon from China that flew off course. And
Sorry,
they were
I
like,
have a lot of free time. I've really been going down a lot of
probably
rabbit holes.
hard to track.
Sorry, I've been going down a lot of rabbit holes.
What is a weather balloon?
I think it's
Riddle me that.
You have to put it above like the atmospheric level to see like the current, like the wind.
Bro, did you
determines
just
a lot
say
of it.
atmospheric in
Also,
my face
okay,
like that?
You
He's
can't give
funny.
that accurate of an answer.
Christ.
He tracks down Latinas. He's smart too, bro.
You can't nonchalantly, thoroughly explain something. You're like, I don't know. It's like something with like
That's
the
my
atmosphere
bit,
and the
dude.
barometric
Yeah.
pressure.
Because I come on here and I'm like shoes, dicks, and then I throw out
Yeah,
atmospheric.
do not
dude.
even mention Celsius in my face like that.
They're shutting down
True.
people's hearts. John drinks 4 a day.
I feel
Oh,
like
you were
a-
talking the temps. No, I
Yeah.
stopped drinking Celsius.
I feel like a weather balloon though is really any balloon you put outside for an extended period can be a weather balloon. Like,
True.
You'll know if it's windy. You'll know if it's raining.
or if you take
I
a
mean,
balloon
true.
and you
Technically, that's a
draw
weather
rain
balloon.
on
Yeah,
it,
true.
that's a weather balloon.
Girls can use their boobs to tell the weather too. You don't even
That-
need balloons.
That's true.
You can. Do you ever?
And the Jews.
Do you ever break a bone? You can feel it in like an old injury. When
You can feel when you break
the
a bone.
barometric.
Wait, hold on. You ever break a bone? Shit
Sorry,
fucking
you can
hurts,
feel
dude.
when the weather's going to change. Like I can feel it in my thumb when it's going to rain. It's like an old farmer.
John has got his facts. Johnny facts. Johnny
Listen, I
facts
know
tonight.
two things.
He's got
The
facts
government
galore
fakes
tonight.
UFOs, and you can tell the weather with your bones.
Yeah.
You're specifically your
So
thumb.
hireable. My thumb,
So
yes.
is it a thumbs up situation?
It is.
Well, since
I go like
it's
this. I'm like,
raining-
is it going to rain? No, we're good. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is just Chinese sneaky shit, bro. And they're just doing it like you
very,
can't
very
shit a
sneaky.
plane. You got to do a little balloon. Because how adorable are balloons?
True.
Is it a blimp, perhaps, or it's definitely a balloon?
The size of
I think
3
it's
buses.
definitely a balloon. Wait, the size of what?
It's the size of 3 buses. Yeah.
But so what is speculation that they could be collecting data by just hovering or just spying and looking at us jerking off over it? Like
There's a
what do we-
geometric landscape of the entire planet. Like they kind of know. And they were in Wisconsin or something. It was like middle America where there's really
Brendan,
not much going
How often
on.
do you jerk off outside? dude?
once or twice a week, but you never in Wisconsin.
Have you
gotten
checked for
caught on
balloons?
Google Earth yet?
So
The idea of jerking off outside and screaming into the sky is the funny.
How do you like me now, China? Clip it.
Oh, he's touching his body. Oh, Chrissy.
or starting with like your head just out the window looking for balloons. You're
Yeah.
like,
You're just shooting.
Not today, China.
How often do you think you'd have to jerk off in your backyard, John, in order for one day for you to see it on Google Earth? Like, what's the consistency?
why
and
me? Why was I picked out
Because you're
individually?
the
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this?
backyard.
He has a
Brendan
backyard
does,
too.
Brendan, how
He knows
how
where
often
yards
do you
are.
think it would take?
I've heard rumors.
I don't know
Yeah.
how often they take those pictures. Once a year.
I really don't. You have to just it'd be trial
So
and error.
you got to be
I
out there
think.
every goddamn
Yeah.
day,
I
and I'm
got-
committed.
I got behind a Google Streetcar car the one time.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Why did I say car twice?
I don't know.
Google Street View car. That's what I meant to say.
That's pretty cool.
I got behind one of those, and I did not have to follow him. but
missing all my great jokes.
I heard that one.
I
I was
wanted
fun
that.
one, dude.
I was just behind him making faces and being silly,
Yeah.
and I didn't get on
So
any of it.
A Chinese invasion of the United States. They're calling it Yellow October.
That sounded like you were reading a news article just off your phone.
I had one
They're
more
ca-
racist bit to get out.
Yellow October.
They're calling
is
it
that
Yellow
what-
October. This
Red
just
October
in.
is when the Russians came in.
But it's February.
It's more of a. Anyway, we'll cut that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to go that hard and that racist on that big of a bomb.
Dude, how many
Brave.
fucking how many? Because it was in the Midwest. So just think about all the fucking hammered dudes who were just like sitting in their truck,
Eating
just
cheese.
just keep
I'm
shooting.
gonna be the one to get this
I'm
motherfucker.
gonna get this
That's
one
what. So
down.
that was my mom was like, yeah, my friend didn't go. She's like, but her friends went, and she's like, I asked them, they even try, and them like go to shoot it down.
Yeah.
and she's like, they brought their guns. That was like the answer. Like,
Yeah.
they were strapped.
Oh wow. Yeah, it makes sense. I saw a great TikTok the other day about in the mid 80s, there was a bunch of towns in the Midwest that were like protesting that you should be allowed to drink and drive.
I just saw that
Did you see that?
today too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one got
TikTok,
me.
another great Chinese technology.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true. That's
true.
yeah. We're like, there's a balloon
They're
in the
spying
sky.
on us probably deeper in TikTok
Yeah,
than
it's
anything
true.
else.
There's like Chinese technology on our phone that knows when we get sad during the day. And
That's
we're
what
like,
I
oh,
love.
balloon.
I love when people are like,
they're, they're flying a balloon over here. It's like
Right.
we're giving them data.
yeah,
every
it's like
single
you're
day.
just
Here you go.
handing them everything.
China knows that I love big boobies shaking, don't they?
How can we get them to?
Is
let
this
us
just
know
the
what they're
moon
doing
now?
every second of the day? TikTok.
This is excellent footage from Billings, Montana.
Well, the thing was flying higher than airplanes too. That's why I was like, the footage
Yeah,
of it
like
actually getting shot
significantly
down.
higher. Yeah.
It's insane how clear that is for how high up that.
Yeah, but that's why I think it is actually a weather balloon because I do think
Oh,
it has to be
shit.
high as fuck.
Looks
Yeah.
like that.
It's another moon.
Yeah, it does look like a UFO, man.
The only thing I know about weather balloons is there was a dude that like jumped off of one for Red Bull one time.
Bert
He, like-
Kreischer or whatever.
Yes, Bert Kreischer.
Bull
Part of
needs
his
to chill
Mickey
the fuck
Mantle
out.
gene was
Yeah.
he hung onto a balloon.
Does Red Bull even hype you up that much that you're jumping off weather balloons?
I don't know, man, but for a while they were hosting. Like Red Bull just sponsored the coolest
The guy
shit.
on the way up trying his first Red Bull, like this shit is not working.
I'm gonna need about 25
Oh,
more
fuck,
of these.
dude.
He's just nervous at the top.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, this is now I'm just more anxious.
You sure this qualifies me?
Is this supposed to make my skin crawl? Fuck.
Yeah.
just pissing
Anyone
harder.
can jump off a weather balloon. Show me a guy that can shotgun a Red Bull while jumping off a weather balloon.
Yeah.
Now
Red
that's
Bull
what I wanna
sponsored the
see.
What will
coolest
Shaun
shit,
White
dude. They
do
were.
next?
You want to get a guy cook and get him a Red Bull vodka. That guy, I'll fucking jump off anything.
Oh my god, yeah. Me in my 20s off Red Bull vodka, dude. I'll jump off a fucking.
Dude, do you
building.
remember when Red Bull sponsored that Flutog thing? It was in Camden. Did you guys go to that?
Flu what?
The Flutog thing is like it's a big
that
platform,
German?
and people
It's a racist
build.
people
It
call COVID.
originated in Germany. People build like a flying machine and
Flutentag.
go off the edge of it, and it's just them nose diving into the river. They did it at Camden, and people were just nose diving into the Delaware. So it's like you're having the most glorious moment of your life, and then you're probably going to get a needle in your neck when you plunge down into the Camden
Jesus.
side of the Delaware.
Yeah, that's got to be the most dangerous part.
That was the Flutog. You had to create flying machines, and then they also did downhill racing in Manioc down, like I think it was Grape Street, one of the really steep ones. And it was just, if you can pull that up, dude, just look up like
Manioc
Red Bull
bobsledding.
Manioc soapbox racing or something like that. Dude, people were just doing like 45 miles an hour into a bale of hay and just going end over end. And we're all hammered along the side of it, just saying, Red Bull fucking rules.
You got to invest in our product. We
Yeah,
get
dude, it was.
fucked
I remember
I
the
mean,
weather
just
was like
immediately.
miserable. This is
Jimmy
great quality
Crackhead?
too.
There's
Is
John.
that Vegas?
That
John.
might be Vegas Lancaster.
That's
Holy
fucking
shit.
Vegas.
This is John's next
That's
job.
That
absolutely
is Vegas
Vegas.
Lancaster. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
100 pounds of
Dude, I thought you were aware of this.
No.
What the fuck is that?
Of high note fame, if any listeners.
This is going to be Matt at the Super Bowl. Are you guys pumped?
Can I have some loose pussy, ladies?
Is this Jimmy Rollins? Who did they just cut to?
That was more
Look at
racist
these
than Matt's
trash
Chinese
bag
jokes.
human ladies. It was
this
right
guy.
after the Phillies won the World Series too, so there was like Phillies themed ones.
I can't believe you didn't know that Vegas Lancaster was opening this thing up.
Wait, all right. Fast forward to when the soapbox cards
This
actually
looks like
go.
a horrible Girls Gone Wild
This
tape.
is like, hey man, we're gonna give the girls lots of beers, and then they're gonna fall asleep, and then we're gonna do whatever we like.
Dude,
More
Careful,
beer.
guys. Careful.
People got destroyed in this.
This is the That Rules Racist podcast.
Right there.
I'm
Go there,
making
yes.
a joke about these guys, dude.
Racism Rules podcast.
Go back a little bit.
Look at this guy.
Now that's America fighting up, if you ask me.
Look at that, flipping on his
Oh.
head and shit. It was like miserable weather. I remember I was at a party that had a rooftop at the very start of this.
Sick.
We're like chucking beers at people and stuff. There was no rules.
Yeah.
Red Bull just let you do whatever you want.
I still
Well,
just
they
can't
give
get
you
over
wings.
Vegas Lancaster.
True. Yeah, shout out Vegas Lancaster.
This is what we do for fun in the Northeast. Give us a little bit of alcohol. We'll start
That guy
rolling
skidded
ourselves
on
down
his
hills.
head. Well, that's like Preston Steve does the Cardboard Classic. I think it's this weekend.
Is it?
At
Oh, yeah,
Montage
true.
Mountain, they do. It's my mountain. The
Michael Nutty.
cardboard thing racing down that.
Just fucking Paul
You gonna
Walker's.
eat it? That's how Paul
That's our
Walker
mayor.
died. That was nutty.
I think it was Michael Nutter
Crackhead.
giving a good bobsled down.
Look,
there.
I didn't say it was great. I just said they did it. It was.
I mean, that was well worth. I think.
Oh, this
Is
is
it the
gonna
mailman?
smash. Coming in hot. There's a Ghostbusters car.
I think it was worth it. We pumped in our most racist segment in show history, so we'll probably have to cut about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So if we get a timestamp on that one.
Yeah.
I love it whenever somebody says timestamp, people think I'm actually hitting something.
No, we'll just kind
Hey,
of
did you not bring the stamp?
No, man. I'm just gonna start stamping on the table.
I don't
Jay's
know.
making
That
notes.
was that, and then the Flutog thing was when Red Bull was in its prime.
Yeah.
Dude, is
That shit
Red
was
Bull
killing
TV
people.
still a thing?
Red Bull
Remember,
TV.
It was like a Red Bull TV. It was on like some cable network.
Was that-
where it was
they-
just all day snowboarding,
Oh.
fucking skydiving?
Dude, the
Oh,
X
yeah.
Games
Shit
and Red
like
Bull,
that.
man, that shit came out at the. I was in like 8th grade in '97 when like all that shit hit. The X Games, like when Tony Hawk did the 900 and
Yeah.
shit. Oh man, I still get chills.
My big one. Okay.
Those are big waves, like the X Games and stuff being or like skateboarding being popular. It's like every 10 years it like pops off.
yeah.
Yeah.
It amazes me that that stuff still goes on. Like people still have careers, even though you don't see it.
Yeah.
Because for a while, like Tony Hawk was the most famous athlete in the world.
Yeah.
But like right now, I couldn't tell you aside from like Nigel Muhammad, like who's like some of the top skaters.
That's very obscure. Nobody knows who the fuck.
No,
that
I only know
is.
Nigel Muhammad because of his shoes are fucking awesome.
Muhammad, dude.
Nigel
Careful, John.
Muhammad.
Houston.
Houston.
Nigel
Oh no,
Houston.
Nigel Muhammad was a CrossFitter.
Okay.
That's even worse.
Nigel Houston.
Me and
Nigel Muhammad was a skateboarding CrossFitter though.
almost every episode of South Jersey Bad Boys, I have to give Dan a careful Dan because he almost says something completely wildly racist, and I gotta
We
chop
toe
him
the
down.
line with our brothers of different
Careful,
credences.
Listen, if we can't all to come together as one to just shit on each other, what are we even doing here?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Probably just me fucking bench pressing, doing comedy. That's what I'm doing. What do you
Is
guys
that all
do?
you're doing right now?
Literally, that's the only thing I drink beers. I love drinking those kinds of beers.
You're
many
kind of
plates?
living like the 26-year-old
How
dream.
many plates are you stacking on each side?
Dude, I
How
probably
many
put a fucking-
15s?
Couple fucking. Brendan, get a grip, jackass.
Oh, I got a grip. Close grip. 315. Never in my life.
Straight down onto my chest, caved it in.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Needed a spot.
Yeah,
Where
it's
were
why
you?
I'm diabetic. I don't know
Yeah.
how that worked.
Actually, diabetes makes you jack. That's a fact.
Yeah, can you just like right before you hit a lift, you pump some of that
Pump some
venom
insulin,
in your
dude.
blood?
I get juiced up.
Nice.
That's got to be a good for a pump. Like I remember, like, dude, I used to. Well, when I talked about this on Jeff and Rusty's podcast, I got really into lifting my freshman year of college, but I also had a pilonidal cyst. So that's a cyst you get on your tailbone.
Ladies.
Oh.
Ladies who are listening.
Any Latinas on the Wildwood Boardwalk want to speak my language?
Hey.
Hi, how are you, special girls?
You had the priest from the Wildwood Boardwalk say a prayer over your cyst.
We've never seen anything like this, but it kind of looks like
He
the
can't
Virgin
sit
Mary.
down. It's weird.
Nah, I had
Speaking
a
of
fucking-
virgins, this guy's got a
I
cyst.
had a black choir just saying, "Hey, sister, soul sister." But I did have pilonidal cyst, and it's not much of a fucking joke. And the big thing was I used to lay down the bench press, so I would lay on the bench press.
Lay it down.
Lay it down, brother.
You
And I
used to lay down to bench press. How do you bench press now?
He stands up.
just a Chinese air balloon lifts it up. Come on, guys.
Keep shoehorning it.
You said some crazy shit doing that, dude. That pissed me and Brendan off. We did not like that,
We
dude.
did not
were-
care for that.
We were so upset and angry, dude.
Listen, I got theories.
But I used to lay on the bench press, and it would. This is gross. I don't even know why I'm saying this, but it would shoot out while on the bench press.
The cyst?
The cyst would shoot out.
So it
I'd
was almost
spray
like a
out.
hernia, like a.
No, it was goo.
Oh, it would shoot. Okay, I thought you meant like it was like a something that was ew. You would lactate
you wipe
out of
up
your
after?
I had to go
tailbone.
downstairs in between sets. I'd have to go downstairs, clean up, go back up.
See, that's one of those things that you have where you go, I got to start working out from home now.
No, I couldn't. I was
For the care of other people.
I was at Rowan University. I went, let me take advantage of this public gym.
Just popping cysts all over the place.
Let's just pop and
Christ, yeah.
cyst, pop and
Brothers
pussy.
and sisters.
Take a week off.
No way, dude. No weeks
Oh
off.
my
You
god.
start taking preventative measures. You just changing underwear constantly.
Yeah,
man.
dude. My preventative measure was double up the underwear and call it a fucking afternoon.
So how long ago did you fall off like this whole fitness journey?
About a year and a half ago.
Okay, I thought it was way
Oh,
longer.
It's the
man.
road back, okay?
Guys, if we're gonna talk like this during the podcast, we might as well just call it a wrap.
We're
here.
cyst
It's
a
totally
common
inappropriate.
thing. You threw that out there like you were like, this was just junior year's cyst.
You guys know how that goes.
Nah, dude,
Freshman
I got
year.
it. I noticed it going
Had a
into
bubble on my tailbone.
I literally was ginormous, dude.
How big we talking?
Softball.
I
not
had
exaggerating.
Oh, holy shit!
Swear to God.
Holy
Wait,
shit.
what was that from? The steroids?
Not
Yeah.
so you're saying I'm a chick,
Was it poor wiping technique?
huh? No, it just
You know,
happens to
sometimes
big
after
dogs.
guys do steroids, then they look like.
No,
Was it a
dude,
pimple
guys,
that just
you
got out of
You guys
hand?
are fucking bully ass jerks.
You know, they look all like.
Yeah, some might look like that, dude. Some might not, dude. You keep talking negative, your child could come out like that.
Did you have
can't
a lot
put
of
this negative
cysts?
air in the world?
Like,
I
was
know,
that the only
dude.
one?
I'm gonna
Was that the
jack
only
my
cyst?
son up with insulin.
Yeah.
If your kid comes out diabetes, boy, would that be the Lord's punchline.
You could do a sweet
You could use it as a steroid.
father-son
It's real.
costume. He could be Bane, and you could be Bane. He could be Batman. And instead of like putting that juice into you, you just hit your thing, juice up.
Yeah, but
That was better
does
in my
Bane-
head.
Does Bane do that?
Yeah, it's Bane's thing. He like powers up. That used to be his thing. Then
Maybe I could put it on my
the
chest.
newer ones, he just wore that weird. I was born
Gotcha.
in a dark mask,
Gotcha.
which that's still
Yeah,
fun to
that's
do.
true. Bane from the original, what was that? The George
Poison
Clooney
Ivy would like hit a
Batman?
button on his
Yeah.
chest. He didn't even speak. He was
Just
like a
do-
lucha
just
wrestler.
steroids.
And she would hit a button on his chest, and he'd be like, "Bang smash!"
Yep.
Yeah,
And all the steroids would go into his body.
True.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true, dude. You keep the fucking act up. I got a pack of fruit snacks in there. I'll shut down your whole night.
Listen, dude, I got insulin on deck. I will fucking shoot all of us up in here.
Yeah. So wait, how often did this? I'm not getting off the cyst topic.
No, please.
How? Because I had one in college that it was on my cheek,
We all having cysts here,
dude.
Yeah.
It was
You
like
ever
an
had a
ingrown
cyst?
hair that turned
I've
into like
never
a
had one
cyst.
either, Brendan. Like,
Yeah.
one,
I went to the
Weirdos.
doctor and he was
Whoa.
just like, "Oh man, don't touch it," and that was it. I kept playing baseball. And I was a catcher, so I had to wear a mask over it. And one day, I just took off the mask, walked into the dugout, like touched it, and it just drained right
Dude.
there.
What kind of
You could
podcast is
smell
this?
it.
The Handsome Sisters?
It's not
Nah,
handsome
dude.
idiots anymore, man.
Yeah.
It's that rules.
That
And
rules.
cyst rule.
No, dude, being
Tells you a lot
genuine
about
and
idiots.
honest rules, dude.
I respect the Handsome Idiots and the name of the podcast, and
Listen,
and I've always liked the name Handsome Idiots. So it's like,
yeah,
the
we're gonna
fact that you're
actually
sticking with it, and it's like
we're gonna
good for
just
you
have
guys, honestly.
Jay splice in the word "that rules" over top of everything you just said there. So
Well, that name does rule, Handsome Idiots.
Look, dude, I had a cyst. Okay, guys, it happens to the best of us. Happens to the rest of us.
What is
And
that caused by? Is that
You get hairs, that ingrown hairs that grow into like small holes in your T-bone. So my body is like, fucking. They saw like one thing at whack, and they put a big sack around it. This is true. And then I had to deal my entire freshman year. Imagine you just started college and you have a huge squirting asshole.
you got a fanny pack on your
I
back?
got a fanny pack that
You got a
squirts
skin fanny
straight
pack?
pus.
they're calling
Oh.
you John Stockton because you're all about assists.
Dude, then I got it removed. And I couldn't move for like 4 weeks, so I gained like 25 pounds. And my girlfriend, well, this is a woman I know at
How
the
many
time.
weeks?
This is 4 weeks.
Is this the same girl that has the
25
password?
pounds? What were you eating, dude?
I was putting on mass, brother.
Jesus Christ.
I was
Is this the
hibernating
girl
for the
that-
summer.
Is this the girl that has the password to Casual Peeps?
No. I don't want his name too much.
Okay,
but
sorry.
There was a girl I was dating at the
we
time.
could bring up some casual peeps.
Did you not check out Casual? You're
We
obviously
cannot
not a
do
listener.
This every podcast. Yes, fuck it.
No, we don't have. We're not rehashing old bits.
Sorry,
What are we, the
sorry.
South Jersey Bad Boys?
Okay,
anyway.
here's the
Oh,
just a
we have
casual.
new
I feel like we
articles
at
every
least need to
week.
see if the follower count went up. It was
So
28
gay.
last
We have new
time.
articles
We have
every
new
week.
articles that we
My
discuss every
fucking
week.
girlfriend's commenting on it. Ryan Foster's
at all of our
commenting on it.
articles.
Everybody's giving
Bring
me
it up.
shit. It's all everybody's making fun of me about it, and they don't realize that I'm a cool guy. I'm a regular guy. I'm a God-fearing lesbian, and that they can't pull me off my swag.
Well, that is adorable.
That is adorable.
Excuse me.
It's Casual P-Ops, actually.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ!
hang on a
almighty.
second here. I'm gonna head out.
We're at 34
What in the world am I
followers.
looking at here?
Yes. All right. Cool. The idiots are listening.
Is that a
new
close up on
followers.
your wrist?
Come on, guys.
We already did. So if you really have any questions, you can tune into 2 episodes ago of
God.
That Rules podcast, episode 74.
Oh my God.
We covered this in detail. It's a beautiful thing.
Here's the long and short of it, dude. I dressed good and I fingered girls like I'm playing with a tech deck. Move on.
I applaud you for leaning in. That you're not even embarrassed. This is a thing that most people would have shut down over.
You're
But
dressing yourself and you're waking up in the morning. And you go, "Fuck, man, dude, I look good today, right?" And you put on the beads and you go,
Don't call them beads.
you put the beads on, and then you get a Hey Arnold shirt and you go, "That's unique." And
They are
then
specifically wrist protectors.
Yeah.
We've been over
protector.
this.
They're prayer beads, actually.
Yeah, and then you go, John, hold this. Take a picture of me, would you?
Why do I know
Don't get
John?
my
I don't even
face
know
in.
John.
Yeah, no, I was just walking by. That was one of those things where we
Zacky
actually
poo.
did cross paths back
Zacky
in.
poo. Take a picture, man. Look fucking
No, we
hot
already
right
discussed this. His dad took one of the
Took
pictures.
two. Oh, not one, just one. Never just
Dad,
one.
Dad, look how fucking hot I look right now. I'm gonna start an Instagram. It's gonna go viral because of how sexy my body
Dad,
is.
you can get my throwaway trim.
That's why when you guys were talking about that whole dad's thing and stuff you do is gay one, I sat that convo out. I was like, I'll let you guys kind of stick this one by the wayside.
Dad, the lighting sucks.
And he knew it.
God.
He knew it. He's bald
God,
head.
get one from the back.
If I threw one from the back, good
You and your
God.
dad are doing that one where you're holding his hand.
Dad,
and
did you
it's
get
him
it?
holding.
If
Don't
I
be
went
gay.
from casual peeps to Cardi peeps, you would have been fucking done for, brother. You thought you were unemployed now? That would have fucking put you out of the job for decades ago. It's a hot, cool page. You guys are upset you never had the balls to start one. Brendan's standing at a door calling women whores, saying you can't come in unless you pay $20.
Yeah, you got
Genuinely,
nothing
though,
you're
as your
embarrassed
dad's
about?
taking the pictures, is he going like, is he concerned? Is he going like, no, yeah, this is good.
No, he's fucking looking at his son going, how did I do it? He's looking at his son, he's going,
He goes, where did I go wrong?
no, he's not. No, he's not. Because he
Was
knows.
he generally supportive of it? Like
He took
vocally
one-
supportive?
Did he fund your venture at all? See, like, Matt, the next pair of chinos is on Daddy.
Dude, I'm buying $8 shirts from Ross. I
Oh,
can
here's a
fund that one
question.
at that
Were you
point.
thinking you were getting into modeling or like gonna go down
Dude,
that
there
route?
was just a sect. Dude, the vanity of a 20-year-old who just got abs knows no bounds.
Oh.
I was like, I'm the hottest guy. I dress cool in Old Navy. Girls think I'm all right.
Where did the Hey Arnold shirt come from?
Old Navy.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was a cool shirt. I was wearing mediums at the time.
You
Things
didn't
were
get into
different.
the
Yeah.
Old Navy Nickelodeon crossover of 2012?
You
Well,
guys missed
as
out.
Jay pointed out, I do buy all my T-shirts from Target.
Oh,
so
no, you're sitting with a full functioning
we should be
Target podcast.
We should be
all
models
shop at
for Target. I mean,
Yeah.
we would.
You're
would
going to
nail
live
it.
at Target once you have your kid, dude.
I
I'm
live there
there
now.
4 times a week.
Yeah.
It's now I just
Imagine
go there
a
to kill
Target
time.
ad though with us three. With
This is it. This is the Target
Hey
ad.
Arnold, we get his dad to take the photos. We send them right in.
Yeah. These are Target jeans
Could
I'm
be
wearing
good.
right now.
That'd be
I
the
don't wanna
worst
brag.
ad of all time. Just us like close up of us scratching our balls. We'd be like, Target, when you got to get a bunch of different things.
Target,
You've
it's
given
open.
up. Just us three. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a Starbucks in there. That's Target. That's
There
the
is.
ad.
I hit it every single time and get a croissant for my daughter.
A little
and she
croissant?
just munches that thing and keeps saying, "Sant, sant."
Yeah, this is actually a pretty fair. I want to know this now. Do you guys buy coffee out often,
What do you mean, like just going out to get coffee?
or do you make it at home?
Almost every
both.
day.
Do both.
Well, yeah, I make it at home, but
We buy the Starbucks iced coffee.
we
and
keep
just
some
have it in
on
the
deck.
fridge.
We keep it at home, like if I know I'm not going to leave the house. But if I'm out and about, I'm grabbing a coffee.
Dude, I've been ripping coffee at home recently and buying it. And
Yeah.
I've never felt worse.
What's your process?
I'm anxious and
what's your
uncomfortable all the
brewing, what's your
time.
brewing process? What are you working
dehydrated.
with?
My girlfriend pats my little dumb head and she goes, I'll put the grinds in there. And I went, thank you, mommy. And then she puts them in there and they soak through overnight. And we shake it up and then I drink
Oh,
that.
you do a little
probably tastes
12-hour
better.
cold
Yeah.
brew. Those things are lethal.
Dude, going back in the morning, I had 2 monsters back to back, and I swear to God, I almost fit. No, I won't say this. Never mind.
You
That's so
ever
bad.
get cold brew concentrate and not know what the concentrate part is, and you just pour a pint glass of cold brew that is like 40,000 octane?
fearful? Yeah.
I did that when I first
Octane.
bought my house.
I hate when I go too much octane. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're talking octane.
I go,
We're talking
I'm all octaned up
premium,
right now.
baby.
And you know, me and my
If you're
boys, we're
gonna-
talking octane.
If you're gonna wear the jeans of a bully from the '90s, you can't act like one, dude. You
Are
gotta
you
make up your
joking me
mind.
right now?
dude? I'm the jeans of a guy who the girl is like, damn, he was in front of me the whole time, and I never realized I loved him.
you
You're
look
the one
like your
that she's
gym
stuck
teacher on
with.
his way to jail.
dude, and I'm sprinting there with dexterous legs.
God,
Hold your legs to the camera right
Is
now.
that the word of the week this week? You've used dexterous twice now.
don't you dare
I've been
make me
cleared
whip
now.
out the calves on this podcast.
I love your
Oh,
word
true,
of the
I
week.
apologize.
Lucky it's the winner.
Yeah.
That does have to suck shopping for jeans when you have the calves of a fucking
They are too
Brahma
big, dude.
bull.
Dude, it really is a problem buying jeans.
It
I
has to
have to
be.
go baggy. People are like, what are you in the 90s wearing like baggy jeans? I go, it's the only thing that fits.
That's kind of funny, like when girls like have a big ass, they have to like jump to put them on, and you're just like getting up past your calves.
Literally. If I take a shit, it's a problem getting these. Like,
You gotta leave them up around your knees.
yeah.
That's where you store the shit. What are you saying? What does that mean?
I just take out my ass crack a little bit.
You guys know how calves get in the way of
And I
shitting all the
I
time.
gotta make sure I gotta whip my butt and make sure it comes out.
Oh my
Mastered
God.
the art of shitting with your knees closed.
Yes.
Real dainty.
I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I feel like you shit Indian style. You feel like that guy, dude.
Yeah.
You hop on the potty and you fucking.
I go reverse cowgirl.
You AC Slater it?
Yeah, dude. You fucking put your hands up on the bowl. You relax, take a nap.
Dude,
No, that's Mitch.
I had a comic in his 30s last night tell me he's never heard of AC Slater. And it's a comic you hate.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Say
we don't
it,
have to say a
baby.
name.
That's
Say
a
it.
long list, brother.
No, it's the one you hate. We don't have to say his name. I saw him
one.
at
There's
actually.
many.
This will narrow it down more. It wasn't this guy, but shout out to Greg Goldstein. I went to his concert last night. Holy shit, that guy has some beautiful musical talent.
I heard
Really?
the thing
What's
you
he
posted.
play?
It was nice.
So he played piano and he
Oh,
wrote
sick.
the entire like accompaniment. He had a viola, a violin, a cello, and some kind of horn that the guy wasn't that great at.
Hello, you got a
Yeah,
bass.
cello. But Greg wrote everything for it, dude, and crushed
Jack
in between.
Black, well done,
Yeah,
sir.
Thank you.
crushed in between with like crowd work and stuff. He doxed a guy who canceled on him day of. We're
Damn.
sitting there and he was like, this is supposed to have another horn accompaniment, but the guy canceled on me today. So fuck him. And everyone laughed.
Let's
and then he
go.
was like, fuck him. And then read the guy's name to the crowd. And then everyone's like, ha ha, kept laughing. Me and Paul Carson sitting off to the side, like pissing ourselves.
Yeah.
Then he continued to read the email from the guy saying, he's like, oh, so sorry, I can't make it today. The people were there to just see like a beautiful musical show. And Paul and I are pissing ourselves in the corner. We're like, this is the best comedy I've ever seen.
That's great for Greg though. Like I feel like he probably has an advantage of being a comic and knowing how to like work a crowd.
It
like
was
that,
it was
and then also
such a.
being
I
good at
afterwards I
music.
told him I was like, it was all around one of the best performances I've ever seen because like in between. You were like building this new
Yeah.
mood, and then he kept joking. He was like, "All right, thanks for your laughing. Here's another sad song," and then
Yeah.
it would just be like a sad song about prom or something from 12 years
Does he
ago.
have a good voice? Does
No.
he sing?
Incredible.
Oh, I gotta
so
see.
beautiful. So I posted that
Does he play
thing
at the
today
tap
on my
room ever?
Instagram. He just recorded, I think, like 2 or 3 songs. Check out "Prom" by his musical name is Gregory Michael Jordan, which is a pretty great music name.
Is that his real name?
His real name is Gregory Michael, but his musician
Jordan.
name is Gregory Michael Jordan.
It's a bit of fun.
The goat.
I like that.
Well, good for Greg. Check out
incredible
Greg.
show. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
sorry.
good addition.
What's that?
It's a good addition. Adding the Jordan on there.
Oh yeah, no,
absolutely.
it gets eyes, but yeah,
It's a good move.
It was an incredible. I was like moved by this, but then it's weird too going to like an acoustic set kind of show when you're so used to going to comedy shows. Like I thought every guy's lead in was like how Jay Simpson leads into a song, and then he's like, this is a big important song, and that's a song about buttholes. Like,
Right.
and every time I was like, oh yeah, there's no punchlines in any of these people. So these are real songs
Yeah.
that are. I think I'm so like. Not jaded, but like
You're comedied out, bro.
I think my soul has been murdered by comedy. It's
Yeah.
like nothing can move me sad wise anymore. I feel like,
And not even a firing from a job.
yeah, I didn't even cry, dude. I reclined back in my chair,
Nothing
took a nap
phases
at my
this guy.
desk,
And hasn't written a bit about it. You don't have you have a bit about it, or you do,
yeah,
right?
Not
no,
even
I've been
being
doing.
able to
He's
support
seen me
me.
do it.
Sorry.
I've
No,
been
you
doing some
fucking saw it.
new.
You saw what the fuck he did.
I've been doing some new material. It's pretty good. A little resume material.
I like the wink on that.
Yeah.
Maybe give it to camera.
No, I'm not that good yet.
Come on, dog.
Look, hey.
Are you working in winks? He's got a lot
Yeah,
to
you
work
think
on.
you could pay me in wings?
He's sitting at home. He's looking in the mirror, going, "John, you're going in this interview, and you're gonna."
Should I start winking in interviews?
John, you're the man. You're gonna get this job. I know it's a dispensary, but this is important.
I know it looks like a nervous tick, but
Yeah. Guess what? You're gonna provide for your family today, brother.
Sales is the number one wink job, though, dude.
yeah, because you're winking, you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Nah, you're like, I'm lying to your face.
I'll
Is
tell
that-
you what. This deal is gonna be great. Like, are you being sarcastic? You're like, I just,
I'm gonna be laid off within the next 3 months.
You
so
guys
do
both did
whatever
sales,
you
though,
want.
no?
yeah.
I've been sales ever since I was out of college.
That my buddy who does it said you just have to lie nonstop.
Well, that's if you're a bad person and a terrible salesman. Yeah,
so your
No,
sales.
if you're a good salesman,
it depends
you
on what
lie
you're
a lot.
selling. If you're selling
Chocolate?
bullshit, yeah. If you're selling chocolate, I mean,
SpongeBob ref.
I don't know what that meant, but no. If you're a bad person, you lie to make sales. It's very easy to lie to close a sale,
No,
but
he
then
was
you
like-
It's not
you deal with the
exactly-
if shit comes back around. It's tenfold because it's like you just built a mountain of shit for yourself.
Well, we're saying lies, but like it's more so exaggerations where
Stretching
you're
the
just,
truth.
You're overselling things.
I did door-to-door sales out of college for Verizon. That was borderline lying. that was not explaining things to the furthest extent that you should.
Right.
That's
You're
being-
just like, you guys are getting new internet. It's not even going to cost you
That's
that much.
that's college relationships. That's
That's
how you talk to
yes.
your girlfriend in college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just leaving out the truth.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't not cheat on you.
I went there. I slept in her bed. I don't know what the fuck the
Yeah.
problem. What'd you do?
Well, we did have sex, but you're like,
Why
well,
are you being a bitch? Is the real question.
Right.
Just like your mom. You remember you said you never want to be like your mom, and look
Yeah.
at you now. This
I
is
slept
unbelievable.
in her bed. Well, you left out the part that you banged her. And had a 3-month
Okay, I don't want to
relationship.
tell
and you
you
filmed
about
it?
Yeah.
The
Because then you're
camera
gonna
was
get
pointing.
bitchy. Because you're gonna complain about it.
God, I'm just trying to keep you happy.
Look,
Women.
I know you're on your period and you're just being a bitch.
Is that why you got... Now that you getting punched by a girl in college makes so much more sense.
Yeah, of course, dude.
That's
gotta
gotta
pee
be
real quick.
a
Continue talking.
hilarious,
Grab me a BL while you're up there.
a hilarious thing to throw out at your girlfriend just as a complete joke if she's kind of giving you shit and you say it as most genuinely as you possibly can. You go, listen, I know you're on your period. right
Yeah,
now."
I know you're.
And I get that it's a little.
There's nothing that just makes the situation better than that sentence right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like there's no way it could get any better than.
Look,
than
I
making
get
that
it.
you
work.
can't start by going, I know you're on your period.
You
I
need
get
to
it.
sound as condescending as possible. Look, I know it's your time of the month.
You're a grown
but-
woman with no control of your emotions. It's totally. I get it. Look, hey, you're bleeding a little bit. Oh no,
Yeah.
you know. But my grandfather was a Marine. He bled a lot in Vietnam. I don't think he
Yeah.
complains once a month. But
Listen,
He certainly didn't want ice cream. He didn't have any. There was no ice cream.
you're not going to remember this when your hot flashes calm down. Trust me.
yeah, once your hot flashes calm down and then the apartment's too cold, then
Listen,
we could talk.
once you start using the rational side of your brain, we're
Yeah.
going to get on the same page.
Once
here.
you start using the guy side of your brain, then we can totally figure this out. But in
Yeah.
the meantime and in between time,
It'll just be like two dudes talking once we get there.
that's what I said to my girlfriend the other day. We talked about this before the podcast. Thank you. She was like, you know, I went on Brendan's Instagram and he's really funny. And I was like, you're on your period.
She's acting
gotta
up,
be.
dude.
You're
No,
not quite.
no,
You're
no.
not quite yourself.
Shout out Gab getting under the boys' skin. That's what we need
Nope,
right
nope,
now.
nope. We
I
don't need
send
that.
in people to infiltrate Matt's mind about my comedy and what's going on. First, I started with his girlfriend. Then, John. I'm going to get in on John. John's going to go, Brent had a good set the other night.
I won't
And
let it
Matt's
happen.
going to go, what the fuck? Yeah,
no.
yeah, he's got a lot of new material. Matt's going to go,
I don't want to say it was
Yeah.
better than yours, but it was like...
I'm gonna
It's
start.
like-
I'm just gonna start a vague rumor, and I'm gonna let it travel like cancer, dude. I'm just gonna go up to people and be
What are
like,
we
"You know
thinking?
what he fucking said about?" I'll pick like a
minority.
minority. I'm like, "You know what he fucking said about Naeem, right?"
Dude,
I'm like, "What?"
my boy.
No, that's not
Like,
exactly
I don't
what
like
he
to
said.
spread.
then.
I just like to get out there and pump all my boys up, fucking sing their praises.
I did call you
all
Johnny
you
No
can do.
Jobs during our show.
Yeah, you
on
did. And then I
Friday.
tried to
on
Yeah.
stage.
He hit me with a Johnny No Jobs, and I tried to retort because I was hosting. I came back up and I was like, "You can find Brendan in the parking lot looking for a ride because I'm not bringing him home. Who the fuck doesn't have a job now?"
Yeah.
Dead silence.
Oh no!
Just-
You yelled into
Yeah.
silence.
Yeah. Then I took the W for the night.
Yeah, no, that was two dubs. That was two dubs. You won one already, and then I just handed you another one.
No, you had a great
Wow.
set, honestly.
That's
And
a
new
nightmare.
material.
That was a fun show.
You
Very
did
fun
do
show.
new material too, which is like good for somebody like Matt to see because it's like he finally gets an example to kind of look and
Right.
he goes, "Oh, you write jokes and you know."
Try him out,
Although,
Where the fuck did you come from?
Matt, you would have loved it. There was a lot of fun
I can't
people
wait
to
to see
crowd
him
work
host
there.
it this Friday.
Nope,
Dude.
won't be there. Sorry, guys.
At the
Whoopsie
show we
daisy.
did, there was a guy who looked like small Brendan Schaub in a fedora, and right next to him was
I called him Mumford
even
and Sons.
fatter, more coked up Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
They looked exact, and they had the same
He was a
aura.
cop.
Yeah.
And yeah, one was a cop, and it was just like
It's a shame you guys don't have the balls to step outside your material.
what I was gonna say
I was like, which one of Mumford's sons
That's
are
a silly
you?
head.
what I was about to say was everybody crowd worked them perfectly.
Damn
it would have
it,
been nice
fuck.
for you to be
Shit.
there to just talk about their sneakers or something. I don't know.
I don't ever bring up sneakers, brother. I talk about
You
real
literally
life
talked
shit,
about
dude.
going
Respect
to
sneaks.
Plato's Closet for a fucking Jordan
Picking on a
drop.
12-year-old.
That I
That kid's a
made, dude.
fucking dick.
No,
The mom's like, settle down, dude. Aren't you like 30?
I was at a Crick show and I called a 16-year-old kid a fucking loser. So that's not. I'm not beyond it, brothers.
That's kind of your brand, though. And
Look.
it's like you're building it.
Yeah. Big old dickhead. That's just your thing.
Dude, when I'm addicted to heroin and dead, you guys are gonna wish you're me, you fucking losers.
You only got like one more year to do it, dude. Once you hit 27 is when you got to go out.
I mean,
that's
you got,
the
I got Amy
Jesus year,
Winehouse.
right?
Yeah.
I'm about to Amy.
Cobain, right? There's a
Dude.
bunch then.
I'm gonna go
Yeah, a
out on a
couple of
fucking.
them.
Yeah.
Was it the 27?
Jesus
Club?
was 27,
Why don't
right?
you
Or no,
pull up-
Jesus
why
was
don't you pull up
33,
And
right?
Matt
then
Peoples-
Gab's gonna post a picture on her Instagram of RIP, and it's just gonna be a picture of me and you, and she goes, "But thank God, thank God,
His inspiration.
This guy's
How
he
old
meant
was
so
it?
much to him.
Jesus
and
was 33
He did
when
a
he
great
died, right?
eulogy. He was hilarious. Jesus was 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus was 33 when he cocked out.
What a fucking
Jimi
33-year-old
Hendrix,
thing
Janis
to do.
Joplin, Jim Morrison.
Dude, kind of a bitch way to
Wait,
use your
who's
superpowers.
Arlister
Jimi Hendrix?
Dyke Christian?
No idea. He doesn't even have a link. I can't even click.
He's the
on
front man for Dyke and the Blazers. Well, I got a new favorite band.
Dyke and the Blazers.
Oh yeah,
my God.
Pigpen. Yeah,
Wait,
he
don't
did
just
die
say,
in
"Oh yeah,
27.
Pigpen." Like we would know who that. Wait, is
that
He's
Pigpen?
from the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
that
but
who-
is Pigpen the peanut named after Pigpen?
That's what I was
the
gonna
Grateful
ask.
Dead guy. What came first?
I mean,
Chicken
it's
or the egg?
possible. He was in the.
He looks
the
dirty.
Peanuts were
What
in.
the hell?
When were the Peanuts?
Yeah, you're not
created?
allowed to live past 27 if you have the nickname Pigpen. That's right?
Those kind of peanuts.
Pull up Matt Peoples' Crowdworks Jersey Shore. Something good, like put up something good for once, dude.
Yeah. No, pull up something Matt People's material. You might not find much, but
Yeah, whatever, dude. Why don't you write another good joke?
thank you, sir.
Shit. God damn.
Oh wow!
Why don't you write another joke that
1948.
results in a really good reel that gets a lot of attention your way? You fucking pussy.
Keep it
Yeah,
up and
baby.
start doing push-ups. Keep
Damn,
it
I
up,
want to
guys.
push a button on your
Why
little
don't you wanna
pager
mess
so
around?
bad.
Dude, I always wish that it had like Tetris or something. Like,
They should incorporate Snake,
look
right?
at that. 126. I'm crushing
It should be, and you get
Was
to
that your
you
blood
win
pressure?
more insulin.
Blood sugar. Blood sugar.
Like if you beat 3 Tetris levels, you get your insulin for the day.
Yeah, right. You gotta really earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But look,
it's been a little too easy for you diabetics. I think you guys got to start earning your
it's
insulin.
This thing literally keeps me alive. Like I am a robot. Like,
Damn.
look, if I'm gonna work out, I have to put in like a temp, like for how long I'm gonna work out.
Damn, I'll just keep doing crowd work if this is the shit you got to do. This sucks. It fucking blows.
No, seriously, it's really interesting. Let's get into it.
By the way, blood sugar is what a black woman says when she's telling people what gang she's in.
I'm in blood sugar, baby. What are you in?
I'm a blood sugar.
I'm in
Any other
blood.
dumb questions?
I'm in blood sugar.
And if she squats, she's like, I got a low blood squitter.
I'm in blood
Interesting.
sugar, and you about to get shot. That is again keeping it up.
This
with,
is the jokes we write,
with
brother.
racism rules with John
That's
and
not-
Matt.
Look, this is because fucking Brendan's never met anybody that's not white before. He's like, oh, you know.
Are you joking me? I have a black podcast partner, Dan Callahan. Dan,
Yeah, you got to let him out of that fucking basement. He looks awful, dude. Holy shit.
Danny
You want to
boy.
talk? Dude, Dan
Damn.
actually a little bit recently has looked like Rupert Grint on the podcast. He's matting his hair down forward. I don't like it one bit.
I think he's been wearing a hat all day, and then he pops it off for the cast.
Go pull their podcast up real quick. Their most recent episode, Dan looks like he beats the fuck out of his wife. It is
No,
unbelievable.
Rachel definitely fucks Dan up.
Oh, you can just go on YouTube.
And he'll say that actively on the podcast.
True. Rachel does scare me too, because John said some nasty things about Rachel on our
Rachel
podcast.
will fuck you guys up, and I completely.
She was supposed to be our
completely
producer, and
support
she
her.
never fucking showed up.
Yo, turn on the. We should run this back for the
I
Super
thought
Bowl.
you were gonna.
Nah, dude,
Let's
we
do
should-
it.
Nah, we're gonna run
Look,
my
it's
thing
40
back for the
seconds.
Super
Play
Bowl.
that, Jay.
The Super Bowl-
That's a classic. That's a South Jersey Bad Boys
No,
classic.
no. We're not playing this on
Toss
ours.
that one on.
I just wanted to see what Dan looked like.
Look at
Yeah.
this. This is classic.
We can just look.
Oh, check this out. They do accents of the smallest part of the country.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. Look at that stat.
We're not watching it, dude.
Yo, my favorite part of that is Dan goes, "We got the best fucking customer service."
Put on the Zoom call where John gets
Yo,
fired.
people will quote this to me when the
Damn,
Super
what if
Bowl
I
comes
did
around.
record that?
He's fucking hot. That's a classic.
It was not
dude.
a bad. It was an okay video.
It's a classic.
You
bro.
earned all 56 of those views on there.
Listen, it did better on Instagram.
Yeah.
It deserves more. Oh, you can turn it off. You can beat
Yeah,
up.
man.
you
We
can
should
beat-
do a part 2 of that. It
We
gets
should,
a little
right?
You were,
more
I thought you were going to, right?
Let's do it. I mean, we don't have much time.
I think we
can do
discussed it on the
Sunday.
drive back because we were saying it
True.
would be funny if it was like, over the pandemic, we bought another dealership. And then Matt and I just walk in and we're like, yo, welcome from South Jersey Jeep. We're
When,
just
when we
intense
do it
Jeep
Sunday,
dudes.
we
Cherokee.
really don't need much. We just did like we could cut it almost like mockumentary style, and we could bang that one out too on Sunday if we want.
Okay.
We do.
Now we're literally just making plans. This is our new segment of the
Yeah.
podcast called Making Plans.
Yeah, look how the tides have changed once I start.
Well, but
It
this
actually
is going to
is
come
pretty
out
good.
2 days after the Eagles
bowl?
won the Super Bowl. Let's talk. We got to talk birds a little bit.
Yeah,
Matt, What do you think's gonna happen?
I think I'm gonna go to Philadelphia and dress up like Ben Franklin, and then I'm gonna be asked to climb a pole in the name of my art.
Wait, oh, you are dressing up for this
I
thing?
haven't. It's not confirmed that I got it yet. I'll find out probably
Now,
tomorrow.
Do they supply the
Ben Frank.
costume, or do you have to go?
No,
get
I don't
it?
have to bring my own Ben Frank. They have their own Ben Frank that they'll give me.
This is gonna have you fulfill your. Did you ever end up doing that bit about the forefathers being just total fuckboys?
yeah, that bombed hard as hell. I thought it was a funny premise.
I love
God,
that joke.
material. It's hard.
Whatever, dude. Can't write about being high in a Starbucks like everybody else or whatever.
Yeah. Who else has got that?
I can't. It's not. You can't even make fun of bits if you can quote them like pretty accurately. It's just not even a good. It's just like, oh, I remember it was good.
Dude, seeing you dressed up as Ben Frank though is gonna be fucking sick.
It's,
He was
I'm
a
ready.
ginger, wasn't he? Or no, Washington
nah,
was
He
a
was,
George
ginger.
bald, he was like a classic bald with the long.
You think he was born that way? Ben
Yeah.
Franklin came
I
out
think he was
that way?
always bald with the long.
He was
Larry
stout.
David.
Hey, the cool story about Ben Frank is apparently right before the American Revolution started up, he traveled overseas because he was like the ambassador for the United States, or what was the colonial United States. So he went overseas, and then apparently the British were like trying to kind of like scare him into backing out.
Yeah.
So he went in front of the Parliament, or I guess it was yeah, they had the Parliament at that point, and they also had the monarchy. Okay, dude.
Sorry, too much history talk, dude. Fuck. Woo.
That is literally the best segue we've ever had in this room. Ever.
There's some history for you. You're never gonna forget that. Here on That Rules and the Racist Podcast.
That rules.
Thank you. Now that rules. Sorry, what were you saying about the founding fathers or whatever?
Okay, bro. All right, I've had just about enough of this fucking bully lesbian act that you've got going on, dude. You're like the fucking mechanic lesbian chick in the group who's like, check it out, I can queef. You guys want to hear a fat queef? He's talking about history. If I hear things that I've never learned about, it makes me insecure. Let me queef into the microphone. That is not his, and it's going to reek. We're going to give that to Jake Materi. He's going to have a goddamn aneurysm. Anyway, that was pretty funny.
He started doubling down hard.
Nothing you can say that's
Nothing.
gonna win.
I got nothing. It wins. Fart's undefeated. It
Fart's
always will be.
always wins.
I know. It's a good
I
one. It was
didn't
a
want to do
well-timed
it, but
fart.
it felt good.
And the,
Coming out.
I knew it was
Were you
coming.
holding it in knowing there was going to be a long setup to
I
a
didn't know how
story?
long the story was going to go, so I had to just let it rip, and I'm sorry.
somehow it's funnier because you couldn't get it out right away. Should we wrap this up?
Oh, yeah. How long?
Yeah,
have
I
you
I
got
don't know
got?
what the fuck we're
tomorrow.
talking about.
What do you got coming up, Brendo? What do you want to
Listen.
promote? What do you want to plug?
With David James tomorrow in Concha.
This will be out next week.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry.
Next week. Well, I was gonna
2 days after the
I
Eagles
was
win
gonna
the Super
promote
Bowl.
a re-up show.
So go Birds. Hopefully this ages well.
Well, the
Yes.
re-up's getting taped, so there should be some things
That's true.
coming
Yes.
from it.
Well, we got Jay Bird there. He's gonna be filming our sets and just filming, which we'll talk about. But it'll just kind of give you a glimpse into hopefully what will be a monthly showcase at Re-Up Fashion, which you should check out their website. It's pretty cool. It's on HANDSOME, but we're gonna try to get that going. It's gonna be sick. And we have what next weekend? I don't know. I'm in Hershey for a gig.
Oh, I'll be in Harrisburg next week.
Oh, really? Saturday?
I'm up there Friday and Saturday.
Hey, hit me up.
Come by after your. I'm at the Comedy Zone.
I could probably get you a guest spot if you want.
I'm hosting. I don't know if I can duck out or not. I'm doing it for a hypnotist
Sick.
headliner.
Oh yeah, you're
Pretty
saying
excited
that,
for that.
But yeah, that's all I got coming up. Really, I think I got a next in line show. Don't Tell Comedy. But I'll check out South Jersey Bad Boys on all social media. You guys know what it is. Brendan Donegan Comedy on Instagram. I got a fucking reel flying on Facebook right now with 600,000 views. Check me out. That's it.
Is that the N-word one, or which one's that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's the one where he spells it.
I do like that one. Yeah,
that one's a heater.
Matt, what do you got coming up?
Hita. February, big one. February 24th, the Tap Room first showcase.
Yes.
is a
Dude,
big dizzle, fellas.
So pumped to be there for
We're
my buddy's
fucking-
band for that one.
We've literally. What'd you say?
I'm so pumped to be there to see my buddy's band.
For the
Yeah.
band that's going to definitely
That's gonna
drown
be
out the comedy.
way too loud. And fucking. We're trying to fucking. There's too much shit going on in Philly. Stop letting them do all that stuff. Start coming to South Jersey. We're going to get a big show scene. I'm just kidding. Still go to shows in Philly, but big show scene in South Jersey. We're trying to start up. So come to the Tap Room. Go to Re-Up. Go to all the shows we try to put on around here. The February 24th, $5 at the door. If you're cool, we probably won't even charge you. 8 p.m.
Tap Room, Re-Up Fashion. We're getting it cooking.
Yes.
We're getting ignored by other places that I DM'd a couple days ago.
Did you?
Where they read the message and liked it and didn't answer.
Fuck.
What can you do?
I got another prospect.
Keep trying.
I got another prospect.
Nice.
Yep.
I got Harrisburg Comedy Zone on the 17th and 18th. I'll be hosting up there for, I forget the guy's name, but he's a hypnotist, so that's going to be pretty exciting. I really hope I don't get hypnotized. I'm so fucking scared of that.
He's like, you will tell better jokes.
Yeah. You will write a punchline.
I've never seen it. It's not working.
John just all of a sudden he hypnotizes him into just doing Bernie Mac's act.
That's what I do
I
now.
take my dick out, this whole room get dark.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
I said, no, I got crazy.
I said, I want to be if you could.
Yeah, milking cookies. I'm trying to
Yeah, I got that. I got, check me out. You talking about band shirts earlier. If anybody's going to the Gorilla Biscuits concert at the church on the 25th, let me know. That'll be fun. And then next month I have a show somewhere else. But also, yeah, I'll be working the post-game comedy showcase. It's a pretty cool setup. It's a little bit different than what you're used to seeing. So if you want to find out what it is, come give us $5.
No, you should actually tell them what it is. It's a post-game shit. It's a comedy show where they'll do like 8 to 10 minutes, and then afterwards they'll go over and they'll sit down. It'll be like a fake like post-game press conference thing where they'll riff back and forth with comedians. And so, you know what, dude? Enough. End the show. Don't watch South Jersey Bad Boys. Delete the reel off Facebook. I'll kill myself in real time.
I love you guys.
Handsome.